Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the San Bernardino Unified School District Regular Personnel Commission meeting for September 3rd, 2020. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 5:32 p.m. And if we could start with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Mike Salazar.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance
to the
to the
flag
flag
of the
of the United States,
and to the republic
Republic
for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
liberty,
justice.
and justice for all.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Ms. Dixon, I think you're on mute.
Because I was being a good steward and not having my mic on when I wasn't talking. So I just want to tell you, don't forget to turn your mic off when you're not talking so we don't get feedback. Anyway, I'm going to take the roll. I'm here, Ms. Dixon. Mr. Salazar is here. Mr. Bond is here. Ms. Irma Garcia is here. And Mrs. Nursey Garcia is here. I move to approve the agenda as submitted. I need a second.
George Bond seconds.
I mean, a motion. Okay. And I need I need a motion that was for Mr. Bond, and I need a second.
George
second.
seconds.
Okay, I got it. Any discussion? Call for the vote. Mr. Bond? Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Ms. Dixon? Aye. I move to approve the minutes from the August 6th, 2020 Personnel Commission meeting as submitted. I need a motion.
So moved.
Need a second. I need a second. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. Mr. Bond?
Aye.
Mr. Salazar?
Aye.
Ms. Dixon? Aye. At this time, we'll move to public comments. Public comments pertain to non-agenda items. Members of the public may address the Personnel Commission on items not listed on the agenda. The Brown Act restricts the commission response to non-agenda topics to clarifying questions, brief announcements, brief reports of personnel-related activities, or to refer the matters to staff. If members of the public would like to contact the Personnel Commission about this upcoming agenda, please send an email to Nursey Garcia at sanbernardino.k12.ca.us prior to the start of the Personnel Commission meeting. Mrs. Garcia, do we have any public comments?
Yes, we do. I'm going to share it now. To whom it may concern, my name is Leticia Barrios. I have been working at SBCUSD for 20 years as a custodian too. On August 11, 2020, I applied for the custodial crew leader position. On the webpage, while I was applying, it stated that it didn't need to attach my high school diploma because they already had it on file. Therefore, I didn't attach it. The next day, I received an email from Ms. Holmes, states that my application was not being accepted because I had not met the educational requirements. I then emailed to Ms. Garcia, explaining to her my situation. I also attached my high school diploma and my BA degree, my bachelor's degree. She let me know that they were going to send my information to the Personnel Commission to discuss my situation. Therefore, this letter is to request to be given an opportunity to be able to apply for this position. Thank you, respectfully, Leticia Barrios.
Is there any other public comments?
No, that's the only public comment.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move on to consent action items. All matters listed under consent action items are to be considered for ratification and will be enacted by one motion followed by a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the commission, audience, or staff request specific items to be removed from the consent item for specific separate action. Are there any items that need to be removed from the consent calendar? Mr. Bond, are there any items you would like removed?
I have none.
Mr. Salazar, is there any items you would like to be removed?
None, Madam Chair.
Okay. Seeing that there are no items to be removed, I motion to approve certification as submitted.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, call for the vote. Mr. Bond,
Aye.
Mr. Salazar,
Aye.
Ms. Dixon, aye. Motion carries. Action item D. The commission shall discuss the following recommendation items will be voted separately. 1, it is moved that the Personnel Commission consider approving the California Schools Personnel Commission Association for the annual membership. The cost is $1,200 for fiscal year 2020-2021. I move. Need a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, call for the vote. Mr. Bond,
Aye.
Mr. Salazar,
Aye.
Ms. Dixon, aye. Motion carries. Action item E, information items and reports. There are 3 items and we'll take one at a time. So number 1 is essential positions. Mrs. Irma Garcia.
Yes, thank you. So number 1, the essential positions is an item that we're adding to our Personnel Commission agendas until further notice as per the request of the commission. And just as an update, I meet weekly with Dr. Marcus Funches, the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. And we go over the essential positions that are currently being worked on. And PC staff are working on interviews and HR moving forward with hires. And we continue our discussions around essential positions as the need comes up. And so also since, he became part of the cabinet, he also is updating us on positions that are being discussed in cabinet and considered as essential, and we can move forward depending on, the fiscal responsibility the district has with the essential positions currently vacant in our school district. And just as an update for the Personnel Commission, we continue our communication with Human Resources and the Personnel Commission. Okay, so any questions?
Okay, if you want to move on to number 2, conducting tests and interviews.
Yes. Okay. So this item was added for the request of our chairperson, Ms. Dixon. Regarding our test and interviews, staff is currently testing as much as possible. We are also now looking to move forward into launching our virtual written exams for our applicants. So that would be like administering multiple choice on a virtual format, and staff would be proctoring via their computers. And so we're looking for options. We're currently in the process of launching our first test, and also looking for other options when we are able to test on site and we're able to bring applicants to take tests on site. We're also looking at possibly obtaining plexiglass that are partitions for our applicants. So that's something that I've reached out to our IMT representative of the Board of Education, and I want to reach out to also maintenance operations to see what the possibilities of obtaining partitions for our applicants that are taking exams. And so that was for current testing in our office and what we're looking at in the near future. Also, with regards to the interviews, right now they're being conducted 100% virtual. So those are easier to do from our end, and staff has been working really hard trying to schedule as much as possible. And those are done also a lot easier than a test would, because our test, you would need to upload test scores onto our NeoGov applicant system, and we're working through that process. And that's all I have with item number 2, unless you have any questions. No questions? Okay.
And then the last item, the compensation study.
Yes. Okay. So I added this item on there. I know that there was discussion with our personnel commission sometime last year because of the compensation study that was underway. And so I just wanted to update briefly that, you know, the personnel commission was the department that led the compensation study through a third party, a consultant, an outside consultant. And I wanted to update the commission on the compensation study, that it has been completed. However, the district and CSCA are going to start negotiations around that study. And so we'll be providing additional information to the commission as time permits, and also providing you with a complete report regarding that study. And there was several discussions between district and CSCA, and they agreed on certain elements that were to be included in the compensation study, and all that will be provided to the commission as time permits.
And I have a question about that. So are you looking at all classified positions or just certain?
So it's going to be all classified, non-management positions. But, you know, the study may kind of overlap with our classified management positions. So that's something that, you know, the Personnel Commission will also need to take into consideration. And that's something that I will be tasked to look at more closely.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
First, who commissioned the study? Is that something that we paid for or the district paid for? How did that work?
So that was something the district paid for. And
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, sounds like it's pretty extensive. When will we get a copy of that?
So I'm waiting to see what the decisions behind the compensation study are, and then we can place it on the Personnel Commission agenda for further discussion specific to the study. It was just a compensation study, not a classification study. So you'll only see the salary on
Okay.
there.
Right.
Did we lose Mr. Bond? We lost his picture. There he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Since the district paid for this study or whatever, what exactly will our role be in this?
So because we are the Personnel Commission, we oversee classification, and the Personnel Commission recommends compensation. We sit as a neutral party around the negotiation table. So the Personnel Commission would be the department to lead this type of project.
And I got one more question. And is this just done every so many years, or was it at the request of somebody, or what?
Well, it was at the request of, via the agreement between district and CSCA. It is recommended that these are done on more often. We haven't done one in so many years, and so it was time to do one.
Okay, that answers my question. Mr. Bond, did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if there's no more questions, I'll move on. Item F, the next Personnel Commission meeting will be held on October 1st, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. via teleconference. And item number G is comments from the Personnel commissioners. Mr. Bond, do you have any comments you want to relay?
No, I don't have any comments.
Mr. Salazar?
No comments, Madam Chair.
I have some comments. So I know that it is very tough to do this virtual meeting, and it's hard that we're not in person. And what I've realized, because I'm working remotely from home too, is that people are more reluctant not to say anything or make comments as if we were in person. I want everybody to feel comfortable to speak up, ask questions. If you don't understand something or whatever, we will be happy to explain it, repeat it, or whatever. So I want everybody to feel comfortable with that. I know this is not an ideal situation, but we're gonna follow the lead of the district, and so the school board meets like this, and we will meet like this until it's safe to do so. And we sit in very close quarters, even more so than the school board does. They can spread out a little bit, and our location, we're in tight quarters. I would love to see you guys. I haven't seen you in months, and but we're gonna follow the lead of safety. And when it's safe to do so, we will be back together again. So I appreciate the staff and looking for creative ways to make sure that we can test and get a list and get the candidates we need to fill for any essential positions we don't have lists for. So I appreciate your hard work and the things that you're doing. So those are my comments. And with that, and I have to ask Ms. Garcia, move to closed session. Will we be reporting out?
Just on one item that's listed in the closed session.
Okay, so we'll move to closed session at 5:49, and we will be back and report out our findings in the meantime.
Okay.
Hello.
Just need to wait for George. Nurse, if you can mute yourself.
I'm here.
Oh, George is here. Okay, Daniel, are we ready? Are we live?
Okay.
Are we live? I just wanted, oh, yes, we are live. Okay. We are now back in session at 6:15 to report out on our closed session item. Applicant 20-090301, appealed granted. And there is no other item to report out on. So at this time, the commission will adjourn the meeting at 6:17. Thank you all for coming. Have a good evening. Everybody be safe, wear your mask, wash your hands. We'll see you in October. Thank you. Bye-bye.